Fixodent Plus adhesives. They help your denture hold strong, more like natural teeth, and you can eat even tough food. Fixodent. Strong, more like natural teeth. Fixodent, and forget it.
When heartburn hits, fight back fast. Tums Smoothie starts dissolving the instant it touches your tongue and neutralizes stomach acid at the source. Smoothies, only from Tums.
2015 was arguably the biggest year for LGBT rights in our country's history. The most memorable moment coming in June, of course. That's when the Supreme Court made clear there is a constitutional right to marry and saying same-sex couples deserve every benefit given to heterosexual couples. But of course, that was just one event in this year's remarkable year. Joining me now to discuss all of this year's biggest moments in the LGBT movement is Mark Segal, the author of And Then I Danced, Traveling the Road to LGBT Equality. Thank you, Mark, for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Good morning, Kristen.
Of course, my fellow Philadelphian as well, I have to say that. Let's start with the Supreme Court decision, this historic moment. It changed everything. In addition to the practicality that same-sex couples can now marry legally, what are the ripple effects that you've seen in terms of turning the public tide, the public opinion?
I think the point you made that this has been a historic year. I think the only thing this year could be comparable with is probably 1969 and what we all know as Stonewall, which created the new gay rights struggle. That year from 69 to 71, which brought in the gay community as a community and Gay Liberation Front, which spearheaded the idea of identifying ourselves and becoming a community. That imagination, what we believed in those days, would never have even imagined the fact that the Supreme Court would take something that we believed in 1969 and make it whole for the entire nation. All 50 states now, you can get married and live with the one you love. But if there's still a problem. While you can get married in all 50 states, in most of America today, you can be fired the following day for just getting married because we have no non-discrimination bill nationwide.
So talk about how that fight plays out in 2016.
Well, again, we go back to history. The first gay rights bill was introduced in Congress by Bella Abzug in 1974. It's been introduced in every session of Congress since. It is not passed. While several states around the country have non-discrimination bill, the majority of Americans don't. And that will be the next battle for the gay rights struggle. But imagine what this year has been like. The Supreme Court rules, that changes every single department in government, from the IRS to immigration to housing. Every single department in government had to change. But then we went on from there, and Governor Mike Pence in Indiana tried to stop that ruling. And by doing so, he created another sea change, which was the anger of corporate America and public opinion, which says, no, you no longer may discriminate against gay people. For the first time in history, the public overwhelmingly supported this fight against Mike Pence. And a little unknown piece of history, Mike Pence was supposed to be one of those candidates for president of the United States. Where is he? He's gone. So literally, the fight for gay rights is gone not only from the Supreme Court, but also in this historic year, changing the landscape of the Republican presidential race.
Well, and that's important. The other thing that we have seen in terms of the landscape changing is you see these big public figures, Caitlyn Jenner, Tim Cook of Apple, coming forward and speaking out about LGBT rights. How has that shaped this conversation, Mark? How does it continue to shape the conversation moving forward?
Well, go back again in history, 1969. Our goal from day one in that time period was to end invisibility. I'm here on MSNBC right now. 1969, no gay people were here. So Caitlyn Jenner, Tim Cook, and a host of others now feel comfortable being out of the closet, being who they are, showing America who we are. If we do that, the more of us who come out, the more of us who show our mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, uncles, aunts, that we're their neighbors and that we live just like them, that creates a gay rights struggle. That creates education. That's what creates the laws, changes society. And we're doing that today.
All right, we will leave it on that fantastic message. Mark Segal in Philadelphia, thank you.
Thank you, Kristen.
And up next, President Obama is already preparing for one of the